Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to sugarcoat things for you or tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. The truth is you've been holding yourself back, playing small, allowing fear, self-doubt, and complacency to rob you of your potential. But you know what? It's time to stop. It's time to wake up, to stop being a stupid woman, one who lets her fears control her, one who waits for things to happen rather than making them happen, one who doubts her own worth. Stop accepting the limitations others try to place on you. Stop thinking that you can't when you've proven time and time again that you can. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to be great, because that permission is already yours. You've been holding yourself back. For far too long, you've allowed fear, self-doubt, and the expectations of others to determine your worth and your potential. It's easy to get caught in the trap of thinking that something outside of you is limiting your success. You might tell yourself that the world is against you, that you don't have the right resources, or that you just don't have what it takes. But here's the hard truth. The only thing standing between you and the life you deserve is the story you've been telling yourself. When we let fear rule our decisions, we often end up living a life that doesn't reflect our true desires or capabilities. We stay in comfort zones, avoiding risk and new opportunities because we've been taught that taking chances might lead to failure. But what if failure isn't the worst thing that could happen? What if instead of failing, you could learn, grow, and become stronger in the process? The truth is, you'll never know unless you take that first step. Fear isn't just about the big, scary moments. It's about all the small ways we allow doubt to shape our thinking every day. Maybe you're afraid of what others will think if you succeed. Perhaps you're worried about the judgment or criticism that will come when you step into your power. These thoughts have power over you only if you let them. Every time you give in to that fear, you deny yourself the opportunity to grow. Every time you stop yourself from doing something because of fear, you teach your mind that it's okay to play small, but you're better than that. You're capable of achieving far more than you ever imagined. The life you want, the one that aligns with your dreams, values, and aspirations, is waiting for you to claim it. But it will never be handed to you. No one is going to step in and save you. You have to choose to break free from the mental constraints you've placed on yourself and begin to act with confidence, regardless of fear. There's a power within you that can't be denied, but it's up to you to acknowledge it. Stop letting your thoughts tell you that you can't. Stop listening to that inner voice that tells you you're not good enough, not strong enough, or not capable enough. You've already proven that you are. All of your experiences, challenges, and victories have shaped you into someone far more powerful than you give yourself credit for. It's time to stop doubting your own abilities and start trusting them. When you choose to act in spite of your fear, something incredible happens. You build resilience. Each time you face an obstacle and push through it, you become stronger. And the more you experience that strength, the more confidence you'll have in your ability to succeed. Confidence doesn't come from waiting for perfect conditions or waiting for the fear to go away. It comes from taking action, even when you're scared, and learning that you're still okay on the other side. Think about the successful women you admire. They didn't get there by waiting for the right moment or avoiding their fears. They got there because they acted in the face of fear. They chose to stand up and say, I will not let fear dictate my life. You have that same power. You have the ability to choose to break free from your own mental limitations and start living the life you truly want. Every moment you spend playing small is a moment you can never get back. Time is precious, and it's time you'll never reclaim by staying stuck in fear. The world needs your brilliance, your unique perspective, your talents, and your voice. You have so much to offer, but you can only give it if you choose to stop holding yourself back. You can't keep waiting for things to be easier, for the right time to come, or for someone to come along and give you permission to chase your dreams. The time is now. Your story isn't over. You're not defined by your past mistakes or the obstacles you faced. You are defined by what you choose to do next. You have the power to change your story, to take control of your destiny, and to stop letting fear, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs hold you back. You don't need permission from anyone else. You just need to believe in yourself enough to take that first step. It's time to stop holding yourself back. It's time to take control of your life, to trust your abilities, and to start pursuing the greatness that's been within you all along. And don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone else to tell you it's your time. The truth is, you've always been capable of more. The only thing you need to do now is act. Take that step forward. And in doing so, you'll discover a strength and power within you that you never knew was there. The only thing standing between you and the life you deserve is you. So stop holding yourself back and start taking the actions that will change your life. You've been waiting for someone or something to give you permission to be great. You've been waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right set of circumstances to fall into place. You've convinced yourself that once everything is perfect, then you'll take action. But here's the painful reality: perfection will never come. The right time will never arrive unless you make it. You are the one who must take responsibility for your future, for your success, and for the life you want to create. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you can break free from the cycle of waiting and start taking control of your life. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to give you a pass to start living the life you desire. You are the only person who can give yourself that permission. You've been conditioned by society, by family, by friends to believe that success is something that will fall into your lap or that someone else will validate your worth and guide you to it. But success isn't something that's handed to you. It's something you create through your choices, your actions, and your commitment. For years, you might have been waiting for someone to recognize your potential, to acknowledge your dreams, or to give you that break you feel you deserve. But waiting like that only keeps you stuck. It keeps you in the realm of what if instead of what can be. You might tell yourself, when I have the right job, the right partner, the right financial situation, then I'll be able to pursue my dreams. But all that waiting doesn't make your dreams any closer to reality. It simply puts them off. Every time you delay your dreams, you give away your power. And with each passing day, you make it harder to take action. The truth is, there will always be challenges, obstacles, and uncertainties in life. If you wait until everything is perfect, you will be waiting forever. You must make the decision to move forward despite the fear, the doubt, and the uncertainty. You are not going to have all the answers right now, but the most important thing is that you take that first step. You can figure things out along the way. When you begin to act, even in small ways, you will begin to see the path unfold in front of you. You will start to gain clarity through your actions, not from waiting around for it to show up on its own. It's also important to recognize that giving yourself permission to succeed means letting go of the need for approval from others. For too long, you've been waiting for others to validate your worth, whether it's from your family, your friends, or society at large. You've allowed their opinions and judgments to determine your sense of self-worth. But the truth is, no one else's approval matters unless you give it to yourself first. You have to stop seeking validation from the outside world. The only approval you need is your own. The only permission you need is from yourself to go after your dreams and take action toward your goals. Think about the times in your life when you've waited for someone else to approve of your decisions, your actions, or your plans. Did that ever serve you in the way you hoped? Did their approval ever bring you true satisfaction, or did it just keep you stuck in a place where you felt powerless? The reality is that waiting for someone else to give you permission is a form of self-sabotage. It is you relinquishing your power to others, putting your future in the hands of people who may not even understand or support your dreams. By giving yourself permission to take risks, to be bold, to chase after what you want without hesitation, you take control of your life. You take responsibility for your own success and failures, and in doing so, you unlock a level of power and confidence you've never known before. When you choose to act on your own terms, you are no longer waiting for the perfect moment. Instead, you are creating the perfect moment through your own decisions. You are moving beyond the fear of failure and embracing the idea that success is a result of perseverance and action. The more you take action, the more you learn, and the more you grow. Each step you take, even if it's imperfect, brings you closer to the life you want. It's better to take action and learn from mistakes than to sit back and wonder what if. So stop waiting for someone to give you the green light. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that it's your time. Your time is now. The life you want, the success you deserve, and the future you envision are all in your hands. You have everything you need to start now. You don't need permission from anyone. You need to give yourself the permission to step into your greatness, to take risks, to make mistakes, and to grow. You are the only person who can unlock your full potential. And it starts with making the decision to take charge of your future. It starts with realizing that the waiting game is over. The world is waiting for you to show up. Stop looking for permission and start creating your own path. You've been wasting time on things and people that don't deserve your energy. You've been distracted, scattered, and giving your focus to things that aren't aligned with your goals or your true potential. But the truth is, time is the one resource you can never get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And every moment you spend on things that don't contribute to your growth, your happiness, or your success is a moment you can never reclaim. It's time to stop wasting your time. We all have 24 hours in a day, but how we choose to spend those hours determines what our lives will look like. Think about the things that occupy your time. Are they truly advancing you toward your goals, or are they merely distractions? Are you caught up in the drama of other people's lives, scrolling through endless social media feeds, or doing things just to fill the time? These are all time drains that don't contribute to the person you're trying to become. Too often, we let ourselves be busy without being productive. We go through the motions, keeping ourselves occupied with tasks that don't move us closer to the life we desire. Whether it's spending hours on mindless activities, staying in relationships that don't serve us, or worrying about things that are out of our control, we allow ourselves to get distracted. And by doing so, we allow the most precious resource we have, our time, to slip away without truly making the most of it. You may have the best intentions, but if you're not intentional with your time, those good intentions won't lead to anything. You'll look back and wonder where the years went, why you're still stuck in the same place, and why your dreams haven't come to fruition. It's not because you didn't work hard enough, it's because you didn't work smart. You didn't prioritize your time and energy in a way that would bring you closer to the life you want. One of the biggest mistakes we make is allowing other people to drain our time. We get caught up in toxic relationships, whether they are with family, friends, or romantic partners, that pull us away from our goals. We waste our time trying to please others, seeking their approval, or staying in situations that don't align with our values. We may feel obligated to spend time with people who bring us down, but in doing so, we are sacrificing our own growth and potential. You cannot continue to give your energy to relationships that do not nurture or support you. It's time to stop being a people pleaser and start surrounding yourself with those who lift you up, who encourage your growth, and who share your vision for the future. The same goes for your professional life. Are you spending time on projects or tasks that align with your goals, or are you simply staying busy for the sake of staying busy? You might be working hard, but are you working on the right things? It's easy to get caught up in the demands of daily life and forget about the bigger picture. But if you're not careful, you'll find yourself years down the line with nothing to show for your efforts, having spent your time on things that didn't matter in the long run. It's important to ask yourself, what are the things in my life that are worth my time? What are the people, activities, and goals that are truly worth investing in? Start identifying what matters most to you and be intentional about how you allocate your time. Every moment you spend on the wrong things is a moment you could have spent building the life you want. It's time to stop wasting your time on distractions and start using it wisely to create the future you desire. This means learning how to say no. Saying no is one of the most powerful ways to protect your time and energy. You don't have to say yes to everything or everyone. You don't have to attend every social event, take on every task, or be available to everyone who needs you. By saying no to things that don't align with your goals, you make room for the things that matter most. And by learning to set boundaries, you protect your time and your energy, ensuring that you're using both in ways that will move you forward. Wasting time isn't just about spending hours on trivial things. It's also about staying stuck in the past. Whether it's dwelling on past mistakes, holding on to grudges, or replaying old scenarios in your mind, you're wasting precious time by not letting go. The past is gone and there's nothing you can do to change it. But the present and future are within your control. So it's time to stop looking back and start looking forward. Stop wasting time reliving past mistakes and start focusing on the future you want to create. In every area of your life, you must be ruthless about how you spend your time. Time is the one thing you cannot earn back, so use it wisely. Stop wasting time on people who drain you, on activities that don't align with your purpose, and on thoughts that don't serve your growth. Every second you spend on things that don't matter is a second you could have spent building the life you truly desire. Time is the most valuable asset you have. You can make more money, you can acquire more things, but you can never get more time. So stop wasting it. Start using it with purpose, with intention, and with a clear vision of the future you want to create. Your success is in your hands, and it begins with how you choose to spend your time today. Don't waste another moment. The time to act is now. You've been afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone for far too long. It's understandable. The comfort zone feels safe, it's familiar, predictable, and easy. But the truth is, nothing ever grows in the comfort zone. The life you want, the success you desire, the happiness you seek, the freedom you dream of can only exist outside of the comfort zone. If you want to achieve something different, if you want to become someone greater, you must be willing to embrace discomfort. You must be willing to step into the unknown and take the risks necessary to create the future you deserve. It's easy to stay where you are because change requires effort, vulnerability, and the willingness to face the fear of failure. But by staying stuck in the comfort zone, you deny yourself the chance to grow, evolve, and truly discover what you're capable of. You may think that playing it safe is the best option, but the reality is that safety doesn't lead to fulfillment. It leads to stagnation. If you want your life to transform, you have to take risks. You have to be willing to stretch yourself beyond what you know, to test your limits, and to challenge the beliefs and habits that have been holding you back. The discomfort of stepping out of your comfort zone can be overwhelming at first, but the rewards on the other side are worth it. When you choose to embrace the discomfort of change, you open yourself up to new opportunities, new experiences, and new ways of thinking. You start to develop a resilience and strength you didn't know you had. Each time you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you are capable more than you believed. You start to break free from the mental and emotional barriers that have kept you small and start to create a new reality for yourself. Think about some of the greatest achievements in history, whether it's the accomplishments of individuals, companies, or movements. None of them were built within the confines of a comfort zone. Every successful person, every major breakthrough, every significant change happened because someone somewhere was brave enough to step into the unknown and face the challenges that came with it. If they had stayed within their comfort zone, they would have missed out on the opportunity to make a difference in their lives and the lives of others. The truth is, staying in your comfort zone is not a strategy for success. It's a strategy for mediocrity. You cannot reach your highest potential if you are not willing to take chances. Success doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from doing things that scare you, from stepping up even when you're unsure, from acting in the face of fear and uncertainty. Every time you choose to do something new, every time you make a decision to grow, you are expanding your potential and opening the door to greater success. The more you stretch yourself, the more confident and capable you will become. And the more confident and capable you are, the more likely you are to achieve the success you've always dreamed of. Fear is often the biggest reason we stay stuck in our comfort zones. We're afraid of failing, of making mistakes, of looking bellish. But the truth is, failure is not something to be afraid of, it's something to embrace. Failure is a necessary part of the process. It's how we learn, how we grow, and how we improve. Every successful person has failed at something along the way. The key is not to let failure stop you, but to let it fuel you. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, use it as motivation to move forward. You won't learn what you're truly capable of if you never take a risk. The only way to truly grow is to step into the unknown and learn through experience. When you refuse to leave your comfort zone, you also miss out on the growth that comes with facing challenges. The challenges you face when you step out of your comfort zone are not there to stop you, they are there to make you stronger. Every obstacle, every struggle, every moment of discomfort teaches you something valuable. It teaches you resilience, patience, perseverance, and how to adapt. Without challenges, you will never know what you're truly made of. Without discomfort, you will never experience the full range of your capabilities. This isn't about being reckless or impulsive. It's about making calculated decisions to take risks, to move beyond what you know, and to challenge yourself. It's about being willing to step into the unknown, knowing that the discomfort you feel now will lead to a stronger, more successful version of yourself. When you begin to make decisions based on growth rather than safety, you shift your mindset from a place of fear to a place of empowerment. You stop worrying about the things that could go wrong and start focusing on the things that could go right. Stepping out of your comfort zone is not a one-time event, it's a continuous process. Each time you push yourself beyond your boundaries, you create a new, expanded version of yourself. And with each new version, you are closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect amount of courage. The perfect time to step out of your comfort zone is right now. Take the first step and the rest will follow. You've allowed self-doubt to control your life for far too long. It's that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you'll never make it, that you're destined to fail. It's the fear that holds you back from chasing your dreams and taking risks. You've listened to that voice for so long that it has become your reality. But let me tell you something, self-doubt is a liar. It's an illusion that keeps you trapped in a cycle of hesitation and inaction. If you continue to let it dominate your thoughts, you will never step into the greatness that you're capable of. Self-doubt is something everyone experiences at some point. It's a natural part of being human, but it's also something that can be overcome. The first step in overcoming self-doubt is recognizing that it's not the truth. It's simply a collection of negative thoughts and beliefs that you've allowed to take root in your mind. These thoughts may have been planted by others, by your past experiences, or even by society's unrealistic standards. But they are not your truth. They are simply stories you've been telling yourself, and it's time to rewrite those stories. The most successful people in the world, the ones who have achieved greatness, didn't do so by listening to their doubts. They did it by acknowledging their doubts, but not allowing them to dictate their actions. They recognize that self-doubt is a natural part of growth, not a signal to stop. Every time you push through that voice of doubt, you grow stronger, more confident, and more capable. It's important to understand that doubt is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and into new territory. And that's where growth happens. One of the reasons self-doubt is so powerful is because it feeds off of fear. The fear of failure, of making mistakes, of not being good enough. These fears are what make self-doubt so convincing. But the truth is, failure is not the end of the road. It's a stepping stone to success. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to learn and grow. Failure doesn't define you. It refines you. It teaches you what works and what doesn't. And it gives you the experience and knowledge you need to keep moving forward. The people who succeed are not the ones who avoid failure. They are the ones who embrace it, learn from it, and keep going despite it. When you allow self-doubt to control you, you hold yourself back from pursuing your dreams. You talk yourself out of taking risks, trying new things, or going after what you really want. You convince yourself that you're not ready, that you're not capable, or that it's too late. But the truth is, there is no perfect time to start. There will never be a time when you feel 100% confident or 100% prepared. You have to start where you are with what you have and trust that you will learn and grow along the way. The longer you wait for the perfect moment, the longer you let self-doubt control your actions, and the longer you delay your dreams. Self-doubt also thrives on comparison. We live in a world where it's easy to look at others and feel like we're falling short. Social media, the media, and even the people around us often present an image of success that seems unattainable. But the truth is, everyone has their own unique journey, and comparing yourself to others is a trap that will only keep you stuck. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Look at how far you've come, how much you've learned, how much stronger you become. Your success is not about being better than anyone else. It's about being the best version of yourself. Another important aspect of overcoming self-doubt is changing the way you talk to yourself. The way you speak to yourself has a profound impact on your confidence and your ability to take action. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, then those thoughts will become your reality. But if you change the narrative and start speaking to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and belief, you'll begin to see a shift in how you approach challenges. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a friend who is struggling. Encourage yourself. Remind yourself of your strengths, your potential, and your past successes. When you start to believe in yourself, others will believe in you too. It's also important to recognize that self-doubt is often a reflection of our fear of judgment. We fear what others will think of us if we fail, if we make mistakes, or if we don't live up to their expectations. But the truth is, other people's opinions are not what define us. What matters is how we define ourselves. When you stop seeking validation from others and start trusting in your own worth, self-doubt loses its power. You don't need the approval of others to pursue your dreams. You just need to believe in yourself enough to take that first step and keep going, no matter what. Overcoming self-doubt is not an overnight process. It's something you have to work on every day. But the more you challenge your doubts, the stronger and more resilient you will become. You will start to see that self-doubt is just a temporary feeling, and then it doesn't have to control your actions. Each time you push through, each time you take action despite the fear and doubt, you get closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. So stop letting self-doubt hold you back. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are ready to take the next step. For far too long, you've allowed your past to dictate your present. The mistakes you've made, the failures you've experienced, and the people who hurt you have kept you stuck in a cycle of regret and resentment. You've let those past experiences shape how you view yourself and the world around you, but the truth is your past does not define you. It is time to break free from the chains of your past and reclaim your power. The person you were yesterday does not have to be the person you are today, and the person you are today does not have to be the person you will be tomorrow. You are not bound by the mistakes, failures, or pain of your past unless you allow them to control your future. One of the biggest barriers to moving forward is the fear of repeating past mistakes. You may be paralyzed by the idea that you will make the same errors again, that history will somehow repeat itself. This fear can stop you from taking action, trying new things, or pursuing your dreams. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not the enemy. They are the lessons that lead you to growth. Every failure, every setback has given you the knowledge and wisdom you need to do things differently. The key is not to avoid failure, but to learn from it. Failure is a part of success. It is a necessary part of the journey. But if you allow your past mistakes to haunt you, you will never take the steps forward that are required for growth. The past also has a way of keeping us trapped in negative emotions like guilt, shame, and anger. When we hold on to these emotions, we give them power over us. We allow them to dictate how we feel about ourselves and how we approach the future. Holding on to resentment, anger, and guilt only drains your energy and keeps you from experiencing the freedom that comes with forgiveness and self-compassion. You may have been hurt, you may have made mistakes, but holding on to the pain from the past only prevents you from healing. Forgiving yourself and others is the first step to moving forward. It's not about excusing the wrongs that have been done, but about releasing the emotional weight that you carry. When you forgive, you free yourself from the grip of the past and allow yourself to embrace a future filled with possibility. Another aspect of living in the past is the tendency to compare your present self to who you were in the past. You might look back at a time when you felt more confident, more successful, or more happy, and believe that version of you was better. But the reality is you've changed. You've grown, you've evolved, and you've learned. The person you were yesterday may have been different, but they were still just as worthy, just as capable, and just as deserving of a bright future. You can't compare yourself to who you were because you are not the same person. Growth happens in stages, and each stage builds on the last. The person you are today is the sum of all your experiences, both good and bad. You are a product of your journey, and that journey is ongoing. The past may have been challenging, but it has shaped you into the strong, capable person you are today. Don't let the version of you from yesterday hold you back from becoming the version of you who will achieve greatness tomorrow. Living in the past also means holding on to limiting beliefs and false narratives. You may have internalized negative stories about who you are based on past experiences, stories about your worth, your abilities, and your potential. These beliefs are often formed in childhood or early adulthood and are reinforced by experiences that reinforce these false ideas. But these beliefs are not the truth. They are simply patterns of thought that have been created over time, and they can be unlearned. The past may have shaped your beliefs, but it does not have the power to define your future. You have the power to change those beliefs and rewrite your story. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the sum of your failures. You are a person of infinite potential, capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. But in order to move forward, you must challenge and change the limiting beliefs that hold you back. You've been allowing your past to keep you stuck because you haven't fully embraced the idea of reinvention. Reinvention is not just about changing your appearance or your job. It's about changing your mindset, your perspective, and your actions. It's about choosing to let go of the past and step into a new version of yourself, one that is free from the constraints of old stories and negative emotions. Reinvention is about owning your power and deciding that today is the day you start fresh. It's about recognizing that you are not bound by what you've done, where you've been, or who you've been. You are a work in progress, and each day is an opportunity to take another step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. If you want to move forward, you must take full responsibility for your life. This means accepting that the past is over and that you are the one in control of your future. The things that have happened to you may have been beyond your control, but how you choose to move forward is entirely up to you. You can't change the past, but you can change your actions today, make choices that will shape the future you want. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop blaming others or circumstances for where you are and start taking the steps to create the life you want. The past will always be a part of you, but it does not have to control you. You have the power to move on, to forgive, to learn from your mistakes, and to take action toward the future you desire. Your past is not your future. The story is still being written and you hold the pen. Your past doesn't define you. It's time to let go of the mistakes, failures, and pain that have held you back. Embrace the lessons, forgive yourself, and take responsibility for creating the future you want. The power to change is in your hands, and every new day offers the chance to start fresh and move forward.